Still creating a little bit of space in the inner corner of the eyelid. So that's where your light lives. You need
As someone who used to be bothered really easily and annoyed by every little thing, I'm gonna give you some tips on how I stay as unbothered as possible. It's not always easy, but I've come a long way as opposed to how I used to be, and this is how. When something bothers or upsets you, you don't realize how much autonomy you actually have in the decision to let it bother you. It's one thing to see something and get triggered or feel an emotional response from it. It's another thing to choose to let that thing invade your personal space and your mind. Now, this takes a real sense of self-awareness and being able to catch something bothering you before you react to it. But usually, if I feel myself starting to get worked up over something, I really like to ask myself, one, is this my problem? Is this something that I have control over that I can solve? Is it someone acting a certain way of their own volition and their own behavior that I'm getting upset at? Thus, am I handing over my power to external conditions and handing over my happiness to other people? And the biggest one, 3, is it worth it? Is this worth getting upset over? Is this worth a conversation about? Is this worth my mental fortitude and my mental energy to give over my time and energy? When you are focused on one thing, that means that you are taking away focus from other things. When you choose to let something bother you, to let it stir, to ruminate over something someone did to you, you are taking away from time and energy spent that could be in a place of feeling good. The second thing that I do and have learned is realizing that you literally have no control over what people think about you. People are gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. They're gonna think whatever they want to think. Does not mean that you shouldn't put your best foot forward and be nice to other people. But you can't make everyone happy. And living your life in an attempt to please other people will put you in a perpetual state of chasing happiness that is external, outside of yourself, and very unstable. Connected to this is minding your business. If it doesn't have anything to do with me and it's drama, I like to listen sometimes, but I really try to not get involved. I really try my best to not get emotionally afflicted with other people's plights or melodrama. Doesn't mean that I don't empathize with them or I don't feel for them or I don't give advice when it is asked, but that kind of goes back to the first question of like, is this my problem or am I making this my problem? You have to realize that people will only ever understand you as much as they want to understand you. Some people are hell-bent on misunderstanding you. Some people in this world are always going to hate you no matter what you do. Has nothing to do with you, has all to do with them. And the more that you people please and make that your problem, the more bothered you're going to be when you realize that you cannot control your external environment. Learning how to make yourself happy alone, independent from other people, things, conditions, will give you a real sense of peace in knowing that no matter what, I'm really going to be okay, and also give you the autonomy in deciding whether or not you want to put your energy towards something when you know that your energy is.
The number one thing that makes you hotter is being unbothered. Nothing is more attractive than someone who doesn't need validation. When you stop over-explaining, stop chasing, stop proving, you instantly become more magnetic. You don't beg for energy, attention, or approval. You just are. People can feel when you move with certainty, when you trust yourself, when you're just not fazed by what others think. So just know that hot.
A lot of people, especially when it comes to relationships, are like, oh, your standards are too high. If you can offer something, you can demand it in return. What the fuck is the issue with that? I don't get that. People are like, oh, Leo, your standards are too high. For who? You probably, but everything I ask for, I can deliver. But I also know dropping my standards and listening to everybody else and, oh, don't be so ego-driven. I don't care. Also, you got the safety of, yeah, you're not gonna be with someone who don't know how to appreciate the value that you possess and the value that you can offer. If you want to feel unappreciated,
I need you to stop getting offended when you're in the club and your friend is getting all of the attention and you're not. That does not mean you're not beautiful enough. It does not mean you are not as worthy to date. It means that you are not as easy. You are intimidating for having standards, and that is a good thing. That means when you do get attention, it will be from the person who is willing to fulfill all of those standards. And yes, those people are rare, but it's good that you're filtering out all of the losers who are going to end up wasting your time anyway.
Let me tell you what's really hot. Not the waist, not the lashes, not the outfit. Hot is a woman who's done the inner work. She doesn't need attention to feel validated. She doesn't chase. She attracts by walking in purpose. Hot is a woman who's mastered her mindset. She can walk through fire and still come out praying. She can be overlooked and still show up excellent. She's not ruled by cravings, mood swings, or opinions. She's led by vision. You think confidence is built in the mirror? No, it's built in the moments nobody sees. When you choose discipline over distractions. When you say no to what feels good and yes to what grows you. That kind of woman, she's rare. Unbothered, unshaken, unstoppable. That's more than pretty. That's power.
When people can't control you, they will try to control how other people see you. And let them live with whatever delusional narrative they have made up about you inside of their head. You are not here to be more digestible to make other people comfortable. They can choke.
Hey, it's me. I know it's been a while, but I was just thinking about you.
Okay. Bye.
One of the most elevated things that I've ever done is stop entertaining chaos. I don't argue online. I don't explain myself to people who've already made up their minds. I don't go where I feel drained, and I don't stay where I'm not growing. Protecting your peace is the new luxury. If the energy feels off, I step back. If it's not aligned with my growth, my values, or what I want my future life to look like, I let it go. You don't need to prove your softness, your worth, or your presence to anyone. That's what real feminine elevation is about. Quiet confidence, intentional boundaries, and emotional regulation. That is the vibe.
If I start insulting you in another language, you feel nothing. They don't mean anything to you because it's you who puts the meaning to it. Me, I know what it means, but it doesn't matter how hard I scream them to you. You might start laughing. Take their words, take away the value of the words, and drop them to the floor. If you take that away, they fall to the ground. They never get to touch you. They are nothing.
If you're pretty, conventionally attractive, or worse, pretty and smart, someone's gonna try to humble you. The truth is, you have to know how and when to be a bitch, otherwise people are gonna try to mop the floor with you. So welcome to Bitch University, where I teach you how to be strategic, sharp, and bitchy enough to win without ever having to raise your voice. This is lecture 1, how to emotionally starve people who have been trying to feed off of you. You don't owe people the performance of being unbothered. Being unbothered is enough. You don't need to post a quote. You don't need to write them a book on why you don't want to be friends with them anymore. You don't need to explain why you don't care anymore. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Most of the time when you try to give people closure, 9 times out of 10 when you're trying to confront someone or give them closure, it's a trap and you're giving them a chance to manipulate you all over again. That was 1. Now 2, cut off their emotional supply. Emotional reactions are a currency and people feed off of this. No more reactions, no more explanations, no closure. Silence and removing yourself makes them spiral way more than yelling ever would. 3, don't confront, just confuse. Start responding slowly, a bit more cold and more formal. Make them feel that shift without ever having to address it. I love using this method. It just gets the point across so much better than confronting someone. 4, my personal favorite, don't block them, let them watch you. Emotional starvation means they get front row seats to your evolution. Of course, without a single ounce of participation. This drives people crazy. I love when people that don't wish me well and plot on me see me doing good. Just know you're making them mad by living your best life and being your best self. People hate to see pretty women doing well and getting what they want. And 5, if they try to bait you, act confused. Wait, I didn't even think about it like that. Neutralizes the manipulation and kills the ego. Play into their manipulation. Let them think they're truly manipulating you, but you're a smart girl. You're smarter than them. You know and you see what they're doing, but never confront them and let them know that you know they're manipulating you. This can get dangerous and really bad. You want to just, wow, you know, like play into the play into the manipulation, and plan your exit and get away from that person. Starving people emotionally doesn't mean you're evil. It means you're finally choosing yourself. And that's the degree we offer here at Bitch University. Let the silence rot them, let them guess, and let them spiral. That's the real revenge. If you have any questions, make sure to comment them below. I'll be sure to get back to you. And as always, I will see you guys